My name is Bryanna Joyce. I'm a sophomore, and my primary major is plant, insect, and soil science, and I work in the other lab to study interactions between plants and insects. So I had kind of a two-sided story. A lot of people, if they're gonna end up in foster care, you think of it as something that starts from childhood, but a lot of times it's not like that at all. We've had biological families, which I think is not something people really think about. When I was probably a sophomore in high school, my family was just going through a hard time. So I ended up in a group home for a while, and that was just a crazy experience. They don't even let you go in the house. They stop you and they ask you to take off any belts or shoelaces and pat you down. It takes some learning within yourself to figure out who you are when it happens. And it was kind of an awful experience. Little things that I had never worried about before because I had a biological family, food security and things like that. It just wasn't a thing anymore. It's really easy when you're in that situation to not worry about things like college and stuff that other kids would be considering at that time, but you don't really care anymore. So one day I was on campus and this little kid came up to me and had his backpack, and there was some teenage girl standing there, and I didn't really know why this 8-year-old child was on our campus because it was a school day. And I had gelato, and he was like, "Where'd you get that?" And I was like, "Who are you? Why are you here?" He was like, "Oh, that's my mentor, and during the day, for once a month during the day, I follow her through her classes, and we hang out for the day, and we hang out other times too, and she helps me with my homework." And I was like, "Wow, that's really cool." I thought about it, and I was like, I really want to be a mentor or something. The only thing that really came up was the RUDS Adoption Mentor Program. The lady who runs that, her name is Jen Dolan. I contacted her and we had a meeting, and she kind of told me that her RUDS program really focuses on children who were adopted as babies internationally. So there's a lot of UMass faculty that have adopted children out of the foster system, and it's a hard thing to go through because these children have problems that you can't really understand, and so a lot of these parents seek help through the psych department here. Jen just told me about that, and I thought that was something that was just a missing piece within the psych department. I asked her if she would help me start a program, and she told me yeah. It doesn't really have a name yet. There's only 6 of us so far, and then Jen. Just having friends and mentors within UMass too that we can reach out to each other and be there for each other is really what I'm focusing on. It's something that is new to a lot of people, and I just think it's important for these kids because there's not a lot of us that are going to understand, and so that's why I really wanted to reach out and do it and talk about it. And so I think it's important that these kids get their own separate support, but still within the same program.